What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? And welcome back to Hot Tag Report. It's your girl T, aka Pipe Bomb. I'm here with Tony, aka Country Coyote, and the reigning, defending HCR champion, Big Sexy Matt.
Yo.
So this week we're gonna talk about our normal, weekly shows about Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, and then we are gonna do predictions for Saturday night main event. Is there another NXT one next Battleground next week too?
Battlegrounds is Sunday. Saturday night main event is Saturday.
Okay, so we have two to go over predictions for. But I don't have anything extra. Anybody got anything to add before we jump right into it?
Can I jump in before we start anything?
Go ahead.
R.I.P. Sabu. Rest in peace, my friend. Have fun in wrestling heaven. I also want you to know that the dude he did the last match with, Joey Janelli, you're a piece of shit.
Okay, sorry,
And
Joey.
GCW and
Okay.
GCW, you're also pieces of shit for making Sabu doing this match, knowing that he couldn't walk that day and his legs wasn't working. Y'all still made him do that fucking match. But Sabu did what he loved most, and he went out the way he wanted to. Fucking wrestling. He got a proper retirement match, did what he had to do, and then he passed on. Rest in peace, Sabu.
And they called me Pipe Bomb. So, as
There's
I
a
was
lot more to that
gonna,
shit, but anyways.
also shout out to Jake the Snake. He just recently had open heart surgery. So,
Yes, get better, brother.
hope you have a full recovery and come back on the other side. Come out on the other side. Was gonna say something about Sabu, but because the show started, we were jumping right into Raw. Raw started off with a tribute to Sabu, so that was nice to see. Starting off right off the bat, we opened the show with CM Punk. As we expect CM Punk, stop Seth Rollins from winning the title last week, so I can understand him starting off the show. He's basically going on about Paul Heyman betraying him, as we were all shocked that he would betray him, but were we really shocked?
Nah.
Paul comes out, and
Ladies and gentlemen.
and
That shit never gets old.
CM Punk basically told him, "Get your ass in the ring. Let's come on and get in the ring." Seth Rollins music hits. Seth Rollins comes out. Seth, this brown feet, fire.
Oh, buttercream, crack skin, buttercream. The size is the way. Let's go in. That's what it was giving.
Giving very much Chris Tucker, Rush Hour. What was that, 2?
Yes.
1.
Yeah.
And Ron was giving Jackie Chan in the bed.
Yes. So they out here. Basically, they're just chatting, and then Seth Rollins is like, when I thought you could never get any more selfish. And as soon as he said that, I'm like, did he know we can see him, right? Because you calling somebody selfish? Yeah, okay. But anyways, they were talking about the whole betrayal thing. CM Punk was like, let's go. I don't care about none of that. So they sent Braun Breaker to the ring. Braun, I don't know what's going on with your Pinocchio hands, but you need to get it fixed right now. Right fucking now. Why are your hands the same color as me? Why are your hands the same color as me, a African American woman, and you're a white man? Why are your hands the same color as me?
Your hands.
We are all African American, but Braun.
And then you got freaking Seth Rollins in the back being Giuseppe. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Y'all need to get this shit together. Absolutely not. I guess that made Paul Heyman that cricket. What's his name? Jiminy? Yes.
Jiminy Cricket.
Y'all
He's
need to
Shut
get
the
this.
everywhere.
fuck
He
up.
knows everything.
Yep. See? There y'all go. Y'all all fit right there.
Y'all, you get on my nerves. I swear to God, you get on my nerves.
Fight breaks out between CM Punk, Braun, Seth Rollins. Sammy come out of nowhere. Sammy helping. Then here come Jay. That goes down like that.
Hmm?
They running up. They just run away. First match of the night is Penta and what's the fuck Chad Gable. But before we get to that, we have Pat McAfee have his interest. Because I was wondering, I was like, oh, okay, Pat, I guess Pat ain't gonna clock in today. But Pat comes out. Pat says something to the fans. Pat has his glasses on. And so he's talking about everything with him and Gunther. He shows his chest where he's bruised up on his chest, and then he's saying he's wearing his glasses because he got hit so hard in the chest that it bust a blood vessel in his eye. So that's why he was wearing his glasses. That's fucking
Fucking
crazy.
baby. Fucking baby.
What do you mean? Literally can't put his
That
contacts
man
in, bro.
can't see.
Listen, I would have took that shit like a gangster, but that's just me, you know?
Boy, shut the fuck up.
I'd have been gangster.
So then we, like I said, we first match of the night was Chad Gable versus Penta. I thought they had a really good match, and
They did.
I just knew it was gonna be some chicanery. I don't know, but just I don't think there was chicanery, but I just felt like that was gonna be something because Ivy, what are you out here for if you're not gonna help?
Yeah.
The way
But
he hit that Mexican destroyer, though, at
that
the end,
Mexican
that was
that
immaculate.
Mexican that Mexican destroyer was so fucking good, and Chad sold that Mexican destroyers amazingly.
You don't like Chad, but he is great at selling. That's one thing I can't fault him for. He's an amazing technical wrestler, and he can fucking sell his ass off.
That's fine. It does not stop him from being corny though.
He can
I
So
can
afford it.
see him being a world like a heavyweight champion sometime in the near future.
Near? Like
heavyweight.
close by?
Maybe like maybe in the next 3 years or so. I can see him being pushed to becoming a champ. He just needs a mouthpiece. That's all he needs. He just needs that mouthpiece to help him out,
Well,
and he'll be
maybe if
good to
he
go.
shut the fuck up, maybe if he shut the fuck up, then it won't be a problem. It's the problem that he's the leader of his group talking. So it's not working. Uh Next up, I'm so confused. We got Julia and Roxanne cutting a promo about taking over the women's division. I'm still confused why y'all teammates right now when y'all was just trying to fight for the title. I'm still not getting over that. But okay, whatever. Pop off, sister. Um, Next up, we're in the Judgment Day penthouse. They on the Dominic. I don't fucking know if when you were in school they didn't teach you about time zones. Don't fucking understand. He's not understanding why Liv is saying good morning, and he's like, "It's nighttime over here," and they're over here trying to teach this fucking asshole about the way time zones and shit work. I'm
It's
sitting
okay,
here like,
Dominic, because I be forgetting sometimes too. I be having to Google, Google is
it's
your friend.
that I understand that, but he's like, I don't get that. What the fuck you mean you don't get it? The Earth rotates, my guy. But Finn Balor's over there talking about he gonna take care of AJ and all that, and Finn is just like, I'm gonna do it for you. Finn is weird. Finn will be stone faced, not fucking with Dominic, but then Dominic will say something, and he'll jump back into character, and I'm like, y'all saw that, right? But this week it was Dom when Finn walked off. He was looking at him like, all right, bitch, I got my eye on you. I'm watching you, bitch. But then they took him back over there, and for some reason, y'all have a skull in the fucking Judgment Day house clubhouse. Don't fucking know. But they're like, this is the earth and teaching him how shit. I'm like, anyways. I
Like,
have
did
no
you
clue.
guys? Did you call out sick them days from school? Like, I don't know what's
That's when
going
he
on.
was in that custody of Dominic Mysterio match. He missed school.
I guess.
He was wrestling when they was learning
Mm.
that lesson.
Uh, then we get a little backstage thing with Sammy and CM Punk when they announced that it's gonna be Braun and Seth versus um Sammy and CM Punk at Saturday Night Main Event. They both like,
I
we
hope
don't
that
trust. Go ahead.
nothing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They both were like, we don't trust each other, but we gonna have
It's gonna
to
have to work.
trust each other to get through this match. So what after that we get our next match. Rhea, peep it again. We got the tag team champions coming to sit ringside to watch a match. Just making sure you understand how this works and you
You
don't get
see what's
upset.
going on? Cause next time you get a belt and you come sitting ringside or whatever, and they do this. This how it go.
Don't understand why you acted brand new about
Don't
this.
piss me off, real.
But it's New Day sitting ringside with Creed Brothers versus the War Raiders.
New Day.
I need them to have a match because I'm tired of y'all on commentary talking fucking crazy. Like y'all
Bonkers.
talking bad shit crazy. But Creed Brothers are still number one contenders because they already won that match. Don't know when this match is fucking happening. But
It's gonna be at the main event. I bet you they're gonna make that match at the final moment.
or they gonna push that to
Raw.
no. Maybe they gonna push it to fucking
Money in the
Money
Bank.
in the Bank. Um,
Uh, yeah, because they need to
they had
put
a
some matches
they
on
had a
there.
good yeah, they had a good match. I think
War Raiders can have a good match with anybody. They
with
can have a good match with a
anybody.
broomstick.
They have good
They can have a good match with a broomstick and a mop stick, and they would still rock it out, man. They are very good at what they do.
I thought it was a really good match on both parts. I don't really like the Creed Brothers, but I thought they had a good match with them too.
They're
Um,
good technical wrestlers. I don't really watch them like that, but I was watching them. I was like, hey, I was like, I can get down with them.
yeah, I don't think they're bad wrestlers. I think they just don't have the it factor to be what they want to be. Maybe it's just they need to get away from Chad. But the Creed brothers were able to pick up that win with New Day running interference for them. So I guess they can have that win. I guess.
I can see the Creed brothers winning the tag team championships. I'd be all right with that.
Then we get a promo from Io Sky, and she's just talking about she learned something. Uh, Julia and Roxanne gonna learn the same lesson that she taught Bianca and Rhea at WrestleMania. Not too much on my girl, but okay, whatever. We get another memorial about Sabu in the middle of that. Um, so I
I
kind of
like
wish
how
they
they let
did.
them. I'm sorry.
I was kind of just wish they did the bail for him.
I'm glad they let Matt talk about Taz because he was also a part of WWE for a while. He's part of Sabu's history and ECW. Even though Taz is right now with AEW. Why is there so many acronyms around here? Jesus Christ.
Because that's how the shows are broken up.
Too
Yeah,
many
right.
acronyms here. God
Y'all
almighty.
it's out them long ass names all day.
All Elite Wrestling.
You think they're gonna say that every time?
Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Do you want them to say that every time?
Yes.
Boy, fuck off. Ain't nobody doing all that. Um, then we're getting a backstage interview with Ludwig. Don't fucking know why, because nobody asked for it. But I still remember a couple months ago when he said 2025 is going to be the year of Ludwig. I'm with Jackie Raymond because she said we still ain't even seen you on TV. In the middle of his interview, commotion is going on. She said, "Give me just a second." Ran off on that boy. My boy Jay is on the ground. Braun standing over top of him, wooden hands and all. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. Sammy runs up, CM Punk rolls up, they checking on him. I'm like, okay, you that shit. Okay, that's what we doing. Next up, we had AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. Two people who used to head the Bullet Club. So they're doing exactly what I expected them to do in this match. I expected their match to be just as, hard hitting, high flying, fast paced as it was for the both of them. Also,
they both move pretty good for old age.
I don't think they're old, but I think they're up there. But this is still their job, so yeah. They're just well seasoned. Also, JD and Carlito come out here. Stop coming out here. Because y'all brought Penta out here. Because y'all was out here. Penta's little ass was standing on the barricade. Don't even know where the fuck he came from.
he just came from nowhere.
He just standing on the barricade because y'all fucking with him. But that flip power driver he did on fucking Carlito. Quick. He hit that shit so fast. AJ was able to pick up the pinfall with a phenomenal forearm after that.
I'm still mad that Finn hasn't won a match in I think months now.
It was JD. Bad luck. Then we move on to a waste of airtime. We have Becky sitting on turnbuckles. Sitting here whining and complaining. Basically, that's all she did. She kind of sound like John Cena, where she's like, I realize I don't need y'all. That kind of shit. I really don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up. Move about it. And go the fuck on. That's how I feel about it at all. And y'all taking too long for this Bayley shit to take off. Because this is, the fourth week in a row where she's talking shit about Bayley. And Bayley ain't here to defend herself. No, you're not finna keep having my name in your mouth and I'm not even here. So basically, she wasted airtime for this fucking shit.
I don't think it's wasted airtime. Okay.
It was a fucking waste of airtime. She did nothing but sit there and whine for the 6-7 minutes she was on fucking screen. But I guess in the bag, we get another package from Rusev. Still don't fucking understand what the hell he got going on. Don't care.
Rusev Day.
I'm pretty sure we're finna see a match with him and Tozawa, which is not what nobody wants to see because
No, he's gonna dominate the shit out of him.
Exactly. Why would I want to see you have a squash match? But Tozawa's in the back with Natalia and Maxine Dupree. And he's like, Shawty, are you sure about this? You sure this is what you want to do? Are you sure about that? And Tozawa's like, I'm like, shit, all right, whatever, bro. Have a good day. Books that match. But before doing any of it, it's Sheamus coming in and basically like, Tozawa, you got it. I saw you. I'm proud of you last week for coming in there and, standing up for Otis.
Why are you gassing this boy's head up? No, he's gonna get dominated.
It's just the fact that he stood up to him when most people would have just left him, Maxine, and not helped.
Well, what the fuck was she supposed to do?
She could have threw a chair. She could have threw a heel. She could have threw a jacket and blinded him. There's many things she could have done. Pepper sprayed him. I don't give. Hell, she could have came and kissed him in the. She could have came and kissed him in the mouth and distracted him. Something.
Or she could have had a taser and tased him like New Jack tased Big Grabs at one time. Just tase him.
Something.
Oh my goodness. Could have took his ass or something.
Uh, not the tickle. Sheamus got a match scheduled with him and Grayson for this coming week, so we'll have that. Next up we have Julia and Roxanne versus Io and Rhea. It was a lot of making your big older team, seasoned team look weak. That's what I got a lot of. Is putting them over, showing their skills, and having the other team just move slow. Julia and Roxanne work well together, but I think Io and Rhea work well together too. So they were doing well together when they were getting offense. Um, at one point, what's her name? Roxanne hit her. What did she hit her head? And I was like, oh, shorty down for the count. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but she hit her head. And when Rhea hit that riptide, you can see Io go run and check on Roxanne. She's laying on top of her, but you can tell she's checking on her. So I'm like, okay, I'm glad she okay, because I didn't think Shorty was going to get up.
That shit rocked her. She was like,
Yeah,
I need to lay down a couple minutes.
but it's them after the match. Well, Rhea and Io pick up the win for this. After the match, it's Rhea still looking at the title, and Io's like, oh, we're besties right now, remember? Calm down. And it's Rhea like, yeah, I still want that. And she give her a little smack on the booty. And then they get out. That's how they ended. And I'm just like, girl, you got one more time to touch me, Rhea, before you finna give me a riptide here in the middle. Stop touching me. But I just know that there's gonna be some future shit between them. And that's pretty much how the show went off. I'm gonna give Raw. I'm gonna give it 3 frames because them wood hands took me out. I cannot. What y'all give
Hell,
it?
I give it. It was okay. I give it a 3.
Same. Brian, get your hands together.
I don't know
If
what the
you
fuck
if
he
you
was doing.
overtanned, let them things soak in some tomato soup or some tomato paste, and it go washing. You should be good because that's not good for your hands.
Sir, I don't know what the hell is going on. He rinsed whatever was on his body off, but like, did you just not wash your hands? I don't know.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Do you wash your hands?
Obviously not.
I don't think he did.
Let's hope that's tan on his hands and not boo
I
boo.
don't know. He been playing in that chocolate M&M ass or something. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
It could have been fingering the chocolate monster.
He could have. Okay, let's move right on into NXT.
All right, y'all. Let me get my notes. So before we jump into NXT, I want to apologize to Malborn. I made a comment last week that said you sound like you got cotton balls in your mouth, and I just recently found out that you were partially deaf. So I apologize. My bad. But let's get on right into NXT. So the show does start off with Malborn and No Quarter Catch Crew. They come out and Miles is cutting a promo about him winning the battle royal last week. That's when we found out that he's partially deaf. So it's been a struggle for him wrestling and stuff. So this was kind of a big win for him in his book. I called Nathan Dempsey. His name is Charlie. I don't know where I got Nathan from. Charlie, somebody need to slap the shit out of him. He that hating ass friend in your friend group that be like, oh, okay, congratulations. He the hater at the group.
No, you mad.
And you could tell
You
like
wish
the
that was you,
entire
huh?
time. Right. You could tell the entire time Miles was cutting his promo, he got very emotional. He says that he's not only fighting for himself, but he's fighting for all the kids that's facing the same challenges as him. So he's looking forward to this match at Battleground. Ethan Page comes out basically saying that your win was the fluke. How when I threw you over the top rope.
Right. I was gonna say, why are you out here?
He starts taking shots at Miles about being deaf. Yeah,
See,
he
this what I be talking about. This why I don't be fucking with him. That's why I don't
Ethan
fuck
was
with
doing
him.
too much. He was taking shots at him about being deaf. Ethan then challenged Miles to a match that night, basically saying, I want to challenge you for your number one contender spot. Now, Miles was kind of like, I don't know about that. Like, I won. Like, why am I still fighting if I've already
Right.
won? But Charlie comes in and basically manipulates him into taking the match. So Ava came out and was like, Miles, I don't think this is the smartest thing for you. But I mean, I see the fight, so we gonna make it official. So that match was made official for later on in the night. The first match of the night was Charlie Dempsey versus Obafemi, because remember that got set up last week. Charlie was doing his thing in this match, but Oba was bigger and stronger and better. So it wasn't a bad match, but it was quick. It was more so giving Miles a look at what not to do at Battlegrounds when he go against Oba. After this match, Ricky and Ethan had a little moment backstage. Ethan a hater, bro. I just can't stand him. He
Dead
just
ass.
a hating ass man. Um, Ricky was like, you just enjoy you get a thrill out of in making people's lives hell. And Ethan was like, yeah, I do. It makes me smile. And them type of people make me want to slap them in the forehead.
You
Uh,
know, there's always one person out there like that.
mhm. Um, they then cut to a promo of Tatum, Paxley, Thea, and Carmen. Thea and Carmen, they talking about, thanks for having my back last week, blah, 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 blah. And then Tatum is like having a full blown breakdown because for some reason they don't normally mention the releases, but they're leaning into them over on NXT. So Tatum's new storyline is, I lost all my friends. I'm having a mental breakdown. I don't know what to do.
I don't know why they kept her over some people, but that's just my personal opinion.
But then I think that ends up setting up a match against Thea and Tatum later on in the night. We had a match set up last week between Tony D'Angelo and Wes Lee. Now, Wes is he be I don't like him either. I'll say this about these NXT dudes. They talk a lot of shit. A lot of it. And some of them, I'm like, talk your shit. And then the other ones be like little flies in my ear. I be want to swat at them. Wesley is that fly for me right now. He just be popping off at the mouth during the match. But I like I said last week, I mean, y'all be doing y'all job. This y'all job. Y'all doing it. I don't like you. So you doing your damn job. During the match, Tony had the upper hand. Like, he was letting out all that anger, that built up anger he has towards Stacks. But during the match, Stacks pops up on the screen. He's at the safe house where Adriana is. And so he was just like, yeah, I learned from you. So I know where you got Adriana. So let me go pay her a visit. Caused a distraction. West took that distraction and got a dub with it.
But how big of a bitch are you that you won't come fight me, but you're gonna go mess with Adrian?
Girl,
Okay.
he had on the little fedora hat. No, that's not a fedora. What's them little hats? That's not a fedora. Detective looking hat. Them hats. He had on one of them with like a leather black jacket. His curls was sticking up from under his head. He looked like a little kid. I don't know. I just need them to hurry up and come to some type of conclusion with this storyline because it's getting old.
Or some hell, at least some type of match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They cut a promo for OTM. OTM was that tag team that Jada Parker was with when she debuted. I guess they've been out for whatever reason, but they supposed to be coming back, and they talking they talk. When we come back, we gonna take them titles and we gonna show you who run the division. Go ahead then. You do the damn thing.
How you running something when you ain't been here? But okay.
Then we see Stephanie come out with her little bustier,
Bitty bitty
her
bum bum.
little shimmy on. She was talking about Jordan becoming the number one contender and blah blah blah. Give Jordan her respect. She came up in this, she did what she had to do to make it where she got. I prefer Stephanie to speak in Spanish than speak in English because I didn't understand a portion of her English part of her promo, but I definitely looked up what she said in Spanish. So somebody help Stephanie back there in the bed.
Oh hell, just put it on there and put the translation on the screen.
It's harder for people who speak two languages sometimes just to
Mm-hmm.
enunciate certain words, just so y'all know. Being
That's
bilingual
why
could be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
no, we have no problem with that. Speak your original language and make us do the work of putting the fucking translation
Yeah.
on the screen.
So as Stephanie is wrapping up her portion of her promo, Fatal Influence minus Jasmine Nix comes out. Know where Jasmine been?
Wait,
I need to look up and see if she got released.
is that the group
But
Fallon in? Okay.
yes, Fallon
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
JC. Fallon came out here talking about I don't care who wins this match at Battlegrounds. I'm going to face
How did
whoever
you get to the number one?
wins this match.
How did you get to this position?
But then we got JC was like, girl, you've already held this title before. I never held nothing. Not neither one of these.
Not a damn
So I
nutter.
think I should get next. So Fallon and JC, they fatal influence is finna break up. I need them to go ahead and just nip it in the bud. Break them up.
I don't understand why they always take
Yeah.
so long. Like when they tease so much breakups, they take forever to do it. I never understood why they do that. Just pull the fucking trigger.
Judgment Day. Judgment Day.
Been breaking up for 2 years now. I don't
Correction.
know. But
Action doesn't need
they
to.
both
You
they both stated.
You wasn't saying that 3 weeks ago. You're
You see
fucking
how good they're doing right now.
no.
But we're
Fuck
talking about them on
off.
SmackDown.
Fuck off, bro.
Um they and Fatal Influence just basically reiterating what they said. No matter who wins the Battlegrounds, Fatal Influence is always going to be there to pick the bones. Jordan music hit, and then she comes out and basically it's like, y'all not about to do nothing to Stephanie. Stephanie is an investment for me, and I need to protect her at all costs. So if I need to team up with her to take y'all out before Battlegrounds, then so be it. So then Ava made that official. There was a tag team match made for the main event. Stephanie Valkyrie and Jordan Grace versus Fatal Attraction.
Are they really that attractive though? Did we call that? But whatever.
I mean, Fatal Influence. I'm thinking Toxic Attraction and Fatal Influence because it's the same premise. It's the same premise. 3 girls coming out, swaying their arms and flipping their hair,
Thinking
and
they
then they all
cute.
got the same move
Yeah.
set.
Same shit.
Yeah, same shit, different people. Um, then we get into the Thea Hale versus Tatum Paxley match. So this match ended in a DQ. Thea was about to tap Tatum out, and then Tatum stuck her fingers in that girl eye.
Yeah.
How you go and do that?
She said, I can't see my friends, you won't see yours.
Jada Parker is watching this match. Miss Parker is watching this match from backstage because she got beef with Thea. She not understanding. I don't understand her beef with her. Like, y'all just got her beefing with Thea for what? Because Thea loud and annoying.
Yep.
I beef with everybody at that point.
I'm a grown woman. Duh, bitch.
A grown ass woman.
We know this, bitch. What the fuck?
Thea, get some new music. At least take that part out. We know you grown. We see you. But this match was like very fast paced. Too fast paced in some parts because it looked kind of clunky, but it was mostly it looked like it was just too fast. It was short, but it was good. But before this match, in between that promo that I mentioned, Tony left to get in the car. He's like, "Get in the car, let's go, let's go, let's go." Before this match started, Tony ends up showing up to the safe house. Tony, why you go there? Because you knew you was gonna get jumped. Stacks waiting outside,
Right.
waiting outside in the front yard. So now the neighbors outside calling the cops because y'all out here fighting in the front yard. Y'all causing a public disturbance.
The value of the neighborhood.
So Tony, Stacks was just like, I'm always a step ahead of you because you taught me. So, I played in your face and stand deliver on purpose. So I want you at Battlegrounds. So that match has been made official. So it's gonna be Tony D'Angelo versus Stacks at Battlegrounds. Hopefully this is the last of it. Hopefully Tony get his lick back. And if he don't, I don't know what to tell you, Tony. You making us Tonys look bad out here. Getting jumped in front yards? I could never. I could never. They do cut. My notes are out of order. At some point, Sean, they show a clip from Twitter of Sean Legacy from Evolve. And he's basically giving Javon his flowers, and he wants a match with Javon. Javon, they cut back to Javon looking at that clip on his phone, and here come Ashanti. Just because you ain't got nothing going on don't mean you gotta make everybody else feel some type of way about what they got going on. Like, what's your problem? You mad because your girl broke up with you because she ain't got shit going on?
Do you even wrestle? Like, why are you even here?
So Ashanti tells Javon that he really shouldn't even be giving Sean like the time of day because he comes from the indie scene, and we don't fuck with the indies over here on WWE.
Who told you that? Who said that?
Oh y'all, everybody on NXT came from some point of the indie scenes. I don't know what the hell he talking about.
Yeah, his
He
jacket too
was in the
tight
indie
for him to
scene
be
for a
tight.
while.
So he's like, you shouldn't be giving these little indie wrestlers your time. And Javon was like, the indies is what made me what I am today. So what are you talking about? Ricky kind of, he kind of slid in the bag. I peeped him when he walked in. He trying to get something out his bag, And he's over here in Ashanti talking smack. And Ricky was like, Ashanti was like, I could take you and Sean on. Like, it's really nothing. And Javon was like, oh, really? And Ricky was like, I sure like to see that.
Not him back in the
And
instigate.
he was like, I sure like to see that. And I want to say the winner of that match might just get a match with me at the Battleground. So that was made official for next Tuesday. It's going to be Sean Legacy from Evolve versus Ashanti the Don versus Javon Evans. Whoever wins that is going to be the number one contender for Ricky's NXT North American Championship.
Oh yeah, Javante might get that girl.
Good luck, Javon, and I hope you and Sean beat the brakes off of Shanti. Because I don't know what he's talking about. Because some of my favorite wrestlers came from the indie scene. He weird. Let me see. Yeah, like I said, my notes all out of order. So I think that happened before this promo with Jada backstage. She was backstage finishing up watching Tatum match. Kalani came back there looking for Zarya, and Jada was like, y'all can have this because I don't want to hear y'all bitching like Thea be doing. And she left. And I'm like,
You be bitching.
what's
You be
going
bitching all the
on?
time, girl. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just like, what's going on? So Kalani basically was like, girl, why did you spread me like that last week? Is you mad because like I had you beat? Or is it mad because Soul caught me? Are you jealous? Like it's giving your girlfriend touch me and I don't want her touching me. I don't want her touching you vibe. And Zarya was like, get out of here. Zarya was like, now I spared you because I wanted to do that. But if you want to run it back, we can run it back. And Kalani was like, okay, well, let's run it back. But Saul was in the back like, chill. Too much. Like I caught you because I didn't want you to get hurt. But Zara, you is doing a little bit too much. And Zara was like, I'm not trying to hear that. You want to run it back, let's run it back. And Kalani was like, yeah, we can run it back. But if I beat you, I get to go for a Soul title at Battleground. And Zarya was like, I don't think that's a fair trade. But Soul was like, yeah, let's do that. Let's book it. So Zarya, they walk out. I mean, Kalani walk out. Zarya was like, girl, what the fuck did you just do? And Soul was looking at her like, but were you jealous that she caught me though?
I mean, I don't want
So I
nobody.
don't know what they got going on. I don't know what they got going on over there.
You know what they doing. Bumping it, bam.
Now what's Tyler during all this?
Watch it go down.
They did cut to
He ain't with
the
them.
Joe
Ain't he
Hendry.
released?
Tyler still wrestling.
Could have sworn.
He over on Raw.
Could have sworn they let him go.
I think they just did let Tyler go. I don't know. I have to look it up. We move over to the Joe Hendry and Trick Williams contract signing. It's backstage. It's not in the ring. It's like in a dark office space. How you signing the contract in the dark? I don't know. Ava told them don't pop off because security is outside. And I'm too cute in my little black dress to be doing anything.
Them been outside don't stop me from slapping him right here.
Trick told Joe that he took his chances from him to get his title back. So he's just gonna take what Joe cares about the most, which was the TNA title. Joe told Trick, you forgot who you was and just started bitching all the time, thinking that you was gonna get your way.
Kill him.
Hendry goes in to speak on the significance of this match, stating how big it is for TNA and that he's doing everything as the face of TNA to put them on the map because TNA has never been this hot before. So he plans on retaining this title.
I mean, they are getting a little bit more spotlight than they normally would. I agree.
But they were hot when Angle and Samoa Joe and AJ Styles was in there. That's when they were red hot too.
Red hot, like WrestleMania red hot, like having your start on WrestleMania hot? I don't think so.
No, but they were still like they still had a lot of traction at that time.
I don't know. You know, I was watching it anyway because I've been watching because I was trying to figure out why RVD was having threesomes in the back, but okay.
But yeah, Hendry just goes on to say how that he's working to he's basically trying to make TNA great. And Trick was like, fuck what you talking about. I'm trying to get your title. And I'm gonna be the one to make TNA great.
Okay, Trick one.
We then cut to a promo backstage. Josh Briggs is back there looking distraught. because his homeboy gone back to Japan. He left. He was upset because he felt like he let Josh down, and so he left to go back to Japan. Hanky Tank come back there with their belts around their necks and whatnot. And they consoling Josh, but then here comes Sean. Uh Brooke Jensen is part of Sean's new group, and Josh and Brooks used to be tag team partners. So Sean is kind of trying to plant those seeds for Josh to turn heel and join their stable so that he can have some type of family. They do a lot of promos in at the end of the show before the main event. We then cut to another promo for Chase U, the new and improved Chase U. What's his name? The Chase U Dean. I can't think his name right now. His jacket. Talk about some. Ava talk about some. He was slaying. Girl, no, he was not.
Ava messy.
That he had one of them. The little pullovers that you put on, but it only zip up at the
The
top.
3/4.
He had one of those.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he had one of those on, and it was just a little bit too tight. And Ava was like, "Mr. Chase, slay." They talking to Ava about getting a match to try to put themselves back on the map next week. And Ava was like, "Oh, cool. I already set y'all up." And his name is Andre. Andre was like, "Okay, who's the match against?" And it's against OTM. And Chase look at them like, "What the fuck y'all do that for? Them folks gonna tear y'all down." I didn't tell y'all to come back here to ask for no match, but here you go. So next week it was announced that Chase U is going against OTM for a match on Tuesday. There's also gonna be apparently NXT gonna be concert night because Joe Hendry gonna be there performing, and then Trick Williams having a performance on the show. So
what is he performing?
He doing a rap concert. He gonna have Lash in the back twerking, and it's gonna be a good time. Well, Lash ain't gonna be twerking. She gonna be swinging her hair. She one of them.
She batting her
She's gonna be
eyelashes.
bopping. So yeah, look forward to a good concert next week on NXT, y'all. Main event of the night was Stephanie Valkyrie and Jordan Grace versus Fatal Influence. The beginning of this match felt a lot like yeah, this is what I'm gonna do to you at Battlegrounds Beach. Cause Jordan and Stephanie was just like going back and forth, like showing what they can do. Stephanie tried to do some move on Fallon on the ropes, but she kind of slipped up and bumped her lady parts on the ropes. Um, Fallon then took advantage of that, and there was a lot of they had like this JC and Stephanie had like this near fall sequence that I thought was pretty cool. Like it was the quick roll around thingy. I like that. I like that. I like that. But they went to commercial. Fatal Influence, of course, had the upper hand. But when Jordan finally got in that match, yeah, all gas, no brakes with it.
Unless I don't let Jacob hear that.
Sorry, Jacob. But yeah, Jordan took a lot of bumps in this match for Stephanie too. Leaning back on that this is my investment and I need to protect it from what she said earlier. So Jordan and Stephanie ended up picking up the win. They kind of had like this weird awkward moment in the ring, like you do when you have a title and you team it with the champ. Booker and them started getting something in their ear, and it's like, "Oh, let's cut it to backstage." Ethan then attacked Ricky backstage like the hater bitch he is. And that's how NXT went off, with Ricky laying on the ground, hurt. So, yeah. Yeah.
I'm sick of Ethan.
But I'm gonna give NXT a 4 this week. It was very entertaining. Don't throw out on promos at the end of the show like that no more, Sean. Spread them out. Hurry up with this Tony storyline. If Battlegrounds is supposed to be their last match, let it be their last match. And if you breaking them up, don't put them back together.
I'm giving NXT a 4 too. I think Sean does really good at creating new storylines out of nothing. So,
I give it a 3.
You sound like Ethan over there.
just a little bit.
No, just too many promos.
I just didn't like how they were all stacked together. I like the amount of promos that NXT does because me personally, I with Raw and SmackDown, I'm only invested in certain storylines, but with NXT, I'm invested in all of them. So I like to have the little updates every week on each promo, but don't put them all back to back to back. I feel like I'm watching a soap opera like then at that point.
I mean, this is our soap opera.
It is though.
Okay, let's slide right into SmackDown.
All right. So SmackDown. Solo kicks off the show, and he welcomes JC Mateo to the Bloodline. Two problems with that. You just use his initials from being Jeff Cobb, and you call him Mateo. Mateo is my name in Spanish. I don't like you using my name, bro. Go fuck
Who Jeff
yourself.
Cobb, Matthew?
Basically,
I don't like.
That's his name?
Yeah, because Mateo is Matthew in Spanish, and everybody at my job calls me Mateo. So I don't like you using Mateo. That's my name. Anywho,
I don't think they thought about you when they made that, but okay.
well, they should have. You should
Okay.
have. Triple H should have emailed me or something. We already talked over email
That nigga
constantly.
name Battletoad.
Then Solo blamed Roman for ruining the bloodline when he lost to Cody, and he said he's going to win Money in the Bank so he can bring the title back to the family. Then I like how Solo tried to use Jacob's catchphrase, but it didn't happen. He was like, "Nah." He got the fucking mic from him and said that he could take care of anybody by himself. And then Solo was like, "Remember what you used to tell me? I love you." Because he was like, "I love you, Jacob." And he was like, "Remember you used to tell me that?" And then he said the driest, "I love you, Solo, ever in my life. Drier than an ashy ankle. That shit was the driest I love you I ever heard in my life.
Not the ashy ankle.
Ashy ankles. You know who I'm talking about too, with
That's
the
that I
ashy
love
ankles.
you. That's that I love you when you really don't want to tell them you love them.
Yeah. Then he tried to get Jacob to say it, but then LA came out. He snuck him from behind and took out JC. And then he bounced.
It's
Then after
doing this commentary. It's Wade Barrett saying, "Oh, he should be grateful." Uh, JC, and Solo were enjoying winning his title, retaining his title. Nigga, did we watch the same match that you did? What are you talking
he
about?
didn't he don't need him.
No,
Our boy don't need anybody.
right.
But then after that, we had Meechin and Fab was in the back talking about Meechin winning. But then Chelsea came back and said that she was going to win. And then Alexa came out of nowhere and just told him, "Good luck." Like, see you later. She just creepily came out of nowhere, though. I didn't like that shit. And we all knew Meechin was going to win this match. Three-way for the Money in the Bank qualifier. Alexa, Meechin, and Chelsea. At the beginning, Chelsea couldn't get no offense in that match to save her life. And then it turned out to be a pretty decent pace match. And then they hit the whatever fucking Meech's move is called, and then a twist of bliss. And Chelsea tried to take advantage of it, but
Eat
she
defeat.
couldn't. Huh?
Eat defeat.
Eat the feet? Okay. And then, but anyways, Alexa hit her sister Abigail to beat Chelsea. Then Chelsea screamed, "I got robbed," and she was leaving the ring. After that, we had Fraction versus
He
DIY.
screamed what?
She screamed, I got screwed or whatever. She's like, oh,
Oh, I got robbed. Okay,
I got robbed.
I thought you said something completely else.
Then we had Faxium and DIY. That was a good match. Champa went into the crowd with that fucking suicide dive. Both of them can sell like a motherfucker. But Axiom got the win when DIY. But when Faction got the win, the DIY beat them down at the end of the match. But then Motor City Machine Gun came out to help them. Then after that, we had Andrade and Ray Phoenix in the back talking, and they're solo fucking screaming "Carnal" to them. They both popped their heads up. I popped my head up too. I was like, "Who are you talking to?" He screamed "Carnal." You see that, Ray? And they were like, "Nah." I give him a pass. They call them Carnal. I give him a pass.
I
He's
don't give
okay.
him a pass because did you see their face? Like, dude, we are not. No, we're not friends like that.
I give him a pass. So I like Solo. So I give him a pass. He can call me Cardinal. I'm like, yo, what's up? Then we had the Street Profits gave Axiom their pops and told them that they have a shot at the titles next week. For Axiom, I was wrong. Y'all doing really good right now. I don't see West Tag Champs right now, but eh, eh,
Uh,
y'all doing
I'm up.
good. I hope they don't
I'm,
take. I don't hope. I hope they don't take the championships off of Street Profit right now because they're doing really good.
I want to apologize to Dawkins because I was talking shit
Hmm.
about your wardrobe, and you put your clothes on this week. So I'm sorry. You look good in yellow blue. Montez, I'm pretty sure you had Bianca's shirt on, but other than that, oh, I'm sorry, Dawkins. You can't put clothes on. I see it.
Cause he already got Bianca out here with two different shoes on the airplane.
You didn't notice she had two different shoes on?
He didn't tell her she had two different shoes on.
And then we had R-Truth in the back with Wade, and he pretty much was justifying John Cena. And then he said, "Ah, that John Cena, that's not the real John Cena." And he said he's gonna uh, beat him at Saturday Night Main Event. So I guess it's a non-title match. What they're gonna do?
Mhm.
I guess I don't
That
know.
was AI John Cena.
The-
Yeah, they said it's not for the title. It's
So why is
just
it here?
a match.
Why is it here?
Why can't we just do that on fucking SmackDown or something? Why waste? And please don't let that shit be the main event. Main event, because I'm gonna lose my fucking shit if that's the main event.
I would like well, you're gonna talk about it later. I'll say it when you talk about it later.
And then after that, we had Damien do a vignette against Drew. How he's like stuck in a cycle with him, like them screwing each other over, them being in each other business, and how he wants to finish it at Saturday Night Main Event in a steel cage match. That needs to be the main event. If they're gonna do
Yeah,
anything,
that's what I was gonna
that
say.
needs to be the main fucking event.
Yep.
I agree.
Please don't make John Cena the main event.
Absolutely
I
not.
don't want to
Just
see it. I'm gonna turn it
have
off.
him open the show and get the fuck on.
Yep. Have him go pack up and go home. Then we had Alistair versus Carmelo. Carmelo said that he was going to win. It was a kind of a slow match. I wasn't crazy for it, and it ended up turning into a DQ. Miz got a black mask for his troubles, but Carmelo ended up hitting a nothing but net on Alistair Black. Then after that, we had Alexa in the back waiting, interviewing about possibly winning the Money in the Bank twice, being the first one to do it. Then she saw Charlotte asking her about her offer to be friends, but Charlotte pretty much dissed her. Aldous came out
Okay.
with Jillian from The Office, announced that she's the newest acquirement of SmackDown. And then he said, "The Charlotte, let's go in The Office and talk about your Money in the Bank opportunity."
Why did she get one?
She said, "Stay out of my way." Well, she's in the qualifying match.
Yeah.
Can we talk about can I take a moment to talk about Charlotte's outfit? Because I seen it on Instagram. Why is the front of your fucking thong that big?
It's a regular thong. It just ain't a skinny one.
Oh, it might be regular size for her. My thongs give G string. Her thongs give panty.
Maybe it was like that. Where's the
So
thing? It was like the bikini bottom. You know, that's how thick it was. It was a cute little fit for
that
Charlotte.
shit was big. It was cute. It was cute. It was a cute fit for Charlotte, but them panties was big. That's all
I
I
mean,
had.
we know she good for being big draws. Bag of draws. Shout out to Big Muffy on TikTok and her son. Bag of draws. Sorry.
Y'all good. And then what was next after? Oh, Drew came out and he said that he made Damian relevant and how he accepts the challenge on Saturday night main event for the steel cage match and hopefully, God willing, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, that these motherfuckers make this the fucking squash match and we're done with this. Let this be the fucking rubber match and let's finish this. And let each of them go their separate ways and go do something else. Because I'm tired of seeing these two going after each other. It's starting to get annoying now. After that, we had another three-way Money in the Bank qualifier with Solo, Jimmy, and Rey Phoenix. It was an okay match. Solo beat Phoenix, but not without help. Then LA came out and attacked them afterwards. Then Aldis came out of nowhere and made a LA versus JC Mateo match. In that match, JC he no sold a lot of LA's offense at the beginning. And can we talk a second about JC's fucking finishing move? That is the weakest shit I ever seen. Please go back to the drawing board, JC, and anybody who helped JC who thought that'd be a good idea to make that JC's finishing move. Please go back to the drawing board with that shit. Because I think my grandma could have figured out a better finishing move for this dude. That is the weakest shit I ever seen in my life. He's not Braun Strowman that he could pull that off. He's a lot smaller and chubbier. He needs like an aerial move or he needs something like a power bomb or something, anything. Because Jesus flipping
He built
Christ,
like
this
a
thing's
bullfrog.
horrible.
I mean, I'm gonna give him a shout out for that standing moonsault he did, but
Yeah,
his finisher did not. I'm sorry, it
it doesn't
not.
fit.
No, it gives me that slam that Randy does when he hit it real quick. You know what I'm talking about? That slam that Randy does,
Hmm.
but it's not a finisher. So I
Yeah, the
don't
power
get.
slam he does.
Yeah, I don't get that as a finisher for him. No. Yeah, they
I
definitely need to
think
go
it's a
back to the
horrible
drawing board for
idea.
that. And he calls it
I think
the tour of the islands.
Mm.
I think it's just a horrible finishing move. But okay, back to my notes. Where were we? Oh yeah, we're talking about JC Mateo.
Is
And
he
then
even
after that,
Samoan?
no, he's from
No.
Hawaii, I think.
Well, the thing say he's from Guam. Is that in Hawaii?
No, Guam is a separate country and it's a little bit further.
Okay.
But it is technically a territory of the United States.
Okay. I just didn't know.
There's
I heard
such
them talking
so
about him
what?
being a gold medalist for Guam.
Then after that, we had Santos asking Berto about Angel and how they couldn't find Angel. And then Berto was like, yeah, tell him to bring Angel for a sit down. Because we all need to sit down and talk. He said, can we have a conversation?
I would have been like, is there gonna be food there?
It's him saying, "Don't let."
Nothing
The,
complicated.
okay, money. Um, it's him saying,
Tell
"Don't
me
let
what's on your mind.
the
Take
actions
it.
of money."
Patient time. Sorry.
Don't let the actions of a selfish person ruin the loyalty that we had. Ain't you the
What?
ain't you the
Got
selfish
loyalty
one?
and I can see it on your face. The thing that you want to say. Sorry. I love that song.
Your
Sorry.
secret safe. Baby, you should know. I don't mind
Maybe
if
they
you
might get
get
emotional, you know.
emotional.
You know, us Hispanics are very emotional people, and we get very riled up. You know, doesn't take that much for us to get riled up.
Well, don't be getting turned up in them people restaurant. Like I said, as long as there's food involved, I'll be there.
For real. Chode
Then
pollo.
after that, say what? I'm sorry.
Say, give me a chode pollo.
Then after that, we had Nakamura running down LA and God dog it, what's his name?
Alistair.
Alistair, and
I was,
how he isn't scared of him.
I was
He
so
said
confused by this promo, bro.
he said, I'm not afraid to take a
Okay,
step.
Eminem. I was so confused because he just started off LA Night. I'm like, how you got beef with LA Night right now? What's going on? And then I'm like, oh, okay, I got you. I was like, I thought he left.
Now he's still there. He's in the Money in the Bank qualifier. Why? I have no clue. But anyways, I digress.
He want to qualify. He trying to go to LA with everybody else.
Then after that, we had Jade in the back telling Tiff that she's going to win the Money in the Bank and cash in on her. And then Tiff said, I'm at the top and you ain't gonna stop me." Then she went, I love when she does that. Toodles.
No, that shit's fucking lame. She's too old for that shit. Don't bypass Naomi being weird in the back though.
Oh yeah, like a couple
Yeah.
Creepy bitch.
times they're
And
like
she
different promos and shit. She was just standing in the back and weird talking like, "Do you remember Hey Arnold, the guy who used to breathe on Helga all the time?"
Oh, the other Arnold.
What was his name? Could someone
I
help me
thought it was,
out?
He was the other Arnold. He was the
No,
other
no, no, no.
Arnold.
Remember the guy who used to always breathe on Helga whenever she was declaring her love for
I thought his
Arnold,
name
and then he
was
was Brady. Brady.
Thought he was there was another Arnold,
Yeah,
and I thought that was the one. The one I thought that was his name.
but yeah, she was just out there being all weird and shit. Like she just stayed in the back, like she was like in the
Naomi.
horror movies. She was just standing still, just looking. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? Like, what the
Naomi,
fuck is
you
wrong
giving
with
us
you?
stalkers a bad name. Don't do that.
Now let's get to the
stalker.
main event, the meat and potatoes of today. Tiff versus Nia Jax. Who would have thought this was going to be such a good match? Raise your fucking hands. That's what I fucking thought. Now, 1/3 of us thought this was going to actually be a decent match.
Okay, because I was
It
like, my
was a
hand is
good
up.
match. This had no business being such a good main event, but it
This
was
had
a
no
good
business
main
being good.
event. Like the way fucking Nia Jax set on fucking Tiff when she was trying to do that power bomb, I thought we just saw a fatality, like Mortal Kombat fatality here. I was like, oh shit. I was like, Boo Boo dead. And she grabbed the rope. I was like, oh shit. And then what's her name? Nia's the first person to kick out the world's prettiest moonsault. This is a fun fact for y'all.
Can I make a comment?
Go
I
ahead.
think it's fucking stupid. How do you have Jay is a stronger wrestler than Tiffany, take her annihilator and lose, but Nia dropped her whole weight on Tiff and she got right back up. All right, fuck out of here. Make it make sense. That's all I be saying is make the shit make sense. If you're gonna do it, make it make.
I'm gonna say that was a good match. And then fucking uh
Naomi.
Naomi came out with a steel chair, and then fucking Jay came out and chased her out. and then at the end, she did that drop kick with the chair to Nia Jax, and then did the moonsault to get the pin. Oh, Baby Boo was busted open for Nia
Hmm.
for a sweetie pie. I saw a fucking. She put a picture on her Insta later, and I was like, "Damn!"
From
Said nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
from Tiffany not paying. Tiffany put her whole weight into that chair, and we all saw that. Everything she had. We all know Naya is petty. We all saw her smacking Charlotte the fucking.
Yeah, that woman's petty as shit. It ain't done till she says it's
So
done.
Tiffany, I hope you fucking ready. Cause
Mama got insurance.
now you're gonna give a receipt without fucking telling you finna get a receipt. So I hope and
Are
pray.
you ready?
I hope and pray that you are ready for the receipt that she gonna give you.
Yeah, 'cause that's gonna be a bitch of a receipt.
Also,
You thought Charlotte knocked your teeth out.
can we get into the sidestep of Jay? This how I know Jay can fight. Jay fucking boop. If she wanted to connect with Naomi right then, she had all the opportunity. How she stepped to the side, whop right in her shit. Look at Jay. Jay came out here ready. She had them boots on. She was ready for that shit. Naomi, I like this red hair too, girl.
Hmm.
And that's how SmackDown ended. And for next week, we have uh, a three-way qualifier with Charlotte, Julia, and Zelina, and Nakamura, Alistair, and LA Knight. And then we have Street Profits versus Faxium for the tag team championships.
Feel like there's going to be an interference during that match.
Also, why the fuck? How the fuck is Naomi this fucking? She got a whole bakery, boy. And she walked down. I saw that giving her hair. I was like, God damn. She literally. I was startled. I was like, I saw she turned that corner. Goodness gracious, Jimmy.
I was, let me get to them yaps, them sweet yaps. Show me the way.
Like I know she
Jimmy,
thick,
tell
but
your wife to put them things up.
I know she thick. But every time I see her in a different outfit, I'm always like, damn, you know, girl.
As a girl, as a girl.
Now it's time for your favorite part. Oh wait, we didn't do our
Oh
ratings.
wait, we didn't do.
I give SmackDown. You go first because it's your show.
I give it a 4. It was pretty decent this year. I mean, this week.
I was gonna give it a 4.5. So yes,
I'm going to give it a 4.5 as well. Good job, SmackDown.
tell Raw about
Very
that.
good, very bueno. All right, y'all. So let's hit it. It's time for wrestling history.
History, history, history.
History. Okay, everybody. On the 11th in 2015, Daniel Bryan had to vacate his IC title due to injury. That ain't the first nor last time he had to fucking vacate a fucking title. But anyways, I digress. On the 12th, in 97, on Raw, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels had a face-to-face promo together. What was supposed to happen was Bret was supposed to berate Michaels, and then there was going to be a key word that he said because Bret Hart was in a wheelchair at that time because he was legit nursing an injury. He was supposed to berate him, and Mike was supposed to super kick him out of the wheelchair. Hart berated him, went over, missed the cue, so the super kick wasn't seen on live TV. When Mike was found that out, Mike was crashed out, and he got really pissed off about it because they already had like real life issues going on. Like they really legit did not like each other. Like there wasn't like kayfabe dislike. It was like a hatred these two had for each other. So that didn't help the situation right there with the way that went. On the 13th in 2002 on Raw, Hogan retained his undisputed title against Ric
Mhm.
Flair in a no DQ match. On the 14th in 2021, an ECW mainstay, New Jack, passed away at 58 due to a heart attack. RIP to him. Hope you and Sabu are having great matches up in heaven, if there is one. The big wrestling place in the sky. On the 15th in 2001, on SmackDown, Undertaker and Triple H went to a no contest. It was Triple H's last match for 8 months because he had another quad injury that he sustained on the Raw on the previous week. Told you, man, this man is a fucking Iron Man. Like this dude would have injuries, still fucking wrestle, and then take time off. But this dude, there's something about Triple H, man. He was a fucking Iron Man. Respect. On the 16th in 2019, Ashley Massara was found dead by suicide at the age of 39. I want to stop here for a second and go on a little bit of a spiel here about that. Mental illness is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you need any help at all, there's 800 numbers, there's suicide numbers you could talk to. Find someone you could confide in and talk to because you are loved by somebody. And we rather enjoy you in the here and now than have to talk about you at a funeral. So please, if you have any type of mental issues, depression, any type of anything like that, please seek professional help before you think about pulling that trigger with suicide, okay? That's my spiel about that. Rest in peace, Ashley. On the 17th in 2019, on Raw, Bret Hart beat Miz for the US title in a no rules match on the Toronto Raw, and then he immediately vacated this title. He was like, hell to the nah, nah, nah. I want it, but I'm good. But I think they let him win that just so he could become a Grand Slam champ.
Hey, the
That's
pad.
my
Don't get
thought.
nobody. Don't get nobody none just to pad their stats. You know how I feel about that
But it's
shit.
Bret Hart though. But
I don't give
anyways,
a fuck if it was Mick Foley.
now we're gonna go to our birthdays. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday
Billy
to
Kidman,
ya.
Doug
Happy
Basham,
birthday.
Jimmy Yang, Dory Funk Sr., the King of the Death Matches, Matt Cardona. Uh, what was his name in WWE? Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder.
Jack
If
Ryder.
Zack
who
Ryder.
don't
Yeah.
know who Matt Cardona is,
Woo woo woo.
Doctor Death, Steve Williams, Vader, rest in peace, Dragon Lee, damn, Vi Simmons,
What's up,
damn.
peasant?
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Train, The Godfather, and Dave and Earl Hebner. Happy birthday to all y'all.
I also want to give a special sweet
Oh,
shout out. Okay, go ahead, honey.
and also we want to give a special shout out to our son, our four-legged son, Nate. It's your birthday today, big
Happy
boy.
birthday, Natty Pooh.
My
Happy
Naty
birthday,
Rach.
Nate.
My Naty Rachie, named after our boy Ric Flair. Him Big 7 today. So we're gonna get you
Yep,
some good chicken nuggets for your birthday.
he's getting closer to death. Got one foot in the grave, one foot in the
Okay,
banana peel.
first off,
I'm just
don't
kidding. I'm
don't
Oh.
do
kidding.
that. Do not do that.
I'm just kidding. He's got a
About
lot of years left in him.
but Lord, he got
But
some.
that is wrestling.
I have a
What?
Oop.
I have a special request for birthdays
Mhm.
Who?
in June. Jason Voorhees, his birthday is June 13th.
I
So
got
I
you.
request him to be in the lineup that week.
I got you. I'll make one special for him. I'm just gonna have him the whole video going.
I have to wear my Jason Voorhees shirt that week. Ain't nobody throwing this man a birthday party, and that's a shame.
We can throw him one
I
at
would
Camp
throw
Crystal
a
Lake.
birthday party to someone who tries to kill me, but okay. I digress.
Throw him one at Camp Crystal Lake. You think he'll show up? Pool party.
Yeah,
But
no
that is wrestling history.
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 Okay, so next week we have Battleground. I mean, we have Saturday night main event, and we have Battleground. So we're gonna go through our predictions really quick and see where we are. Saturday night main event, only 4 matches as of now. So first match we have Jay
That's it.
Uso versus Logan Paul, singles match for the heavyweight championship. Or who we want, what we want to see. What do y'all want to see? Me
We all
personally,
know that Jay's gonna retain. I hope he does. If the smart money is on him retaining.
I don't ever want to see Logan get shit successful in his life in WWE. So I'm always gonna bet against Logan. I don't want nothing for
I
him.
think it'll just be bad if they just let him. I think it'd be bad booking if they let him win.
Y'all know how I feel about Logan,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm going for Jay. I hope Logan roll his fucking ankle on the way to the ring or something.
I hope somebody Nancy Kerrigan's his ass one day.
Oh,
Like, why?
not the next
Why?
Kerrigan.
Okay, for you kids who don't know, because you're a lot younger than me, fucking Nancy Kerrigan got her fucking leg taken out. Oh gosh, what's her name? Her name just slipped my brain. Tiger
I'm gonna say
Hardy.
Marie.
They were extreme rivals in ice skating, and she took her out because she was getting the light, the main light, and she wasn't.
She said no, bitch. And then next we have CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun.
I think they're gonna let Seth and Braun win this just to solidify themselves.
I need Roman to show up because Roman ain't been back to work since.
That's the rumor that he's showing up at Saturday Night Main Event. That's the rumor I've been hearing.
Yeah, and if he does show up, then it's gonna go to CM and Sammy.
But I want Seth and Braun to win just to solidify themselves
I don't want
because they're
neither one.
doing all this shit talking and
Or
dominating, so they got to win matches too to solidify their dominance.
or Roman can come back and plot twist, join sides with Seth and Braun.
I don't see that happening.
Nah,
But
because
hey,
Paul Heyman
with Triple
betrayed
H
him too.
with Triple H writing, I don't fucking know what that man got going. So
Nah,
That's why I said
because Paul Heyman betrayed him too at Mania, so he's gonna have a bone to pick with Heyman.
he just got to kidnap Paul.
What kind of shit is this with kidnapping people and committing felonies now?
Kidnap Paul. Seth gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe you took him.
Mickey James kidnapped Trish Stratus back in the day. What's different from back then and now?
Fucking Triple H
So is it
kidnapped
Just
committed?
Stephanie.
saying.
Kidnapped
So is it
Stephanie and
committed
married her.
felonies?
So I
So is it
mean,
committed felonies? So we're condoning felonies now.
it's usual.
It's
Just a
not
Didn't
up to
question,
Shawn
okay?
WWE.
fucking Undertaker had Stephanie chained up in the. What do you mean? Fucking Stone Cold had to go save her.
You're right. Go ahead, but I still
Look,
condone
we don't condone
felonies.
felonies. WWE is condoning them.
Yeah, y'all wrote it. I
But
just told
okay,
you what I thought.
let me if the felony is justified, then maybe.
You act like we didn't watch them hang Big Boss Man on TV.
Yeah, that's true. Let them die, let them die, let them show up and die. Come on.
Okay, Lorex. Then we have John Cena versus uh
I don't give a fuck who wins this one. This isn't a throwaway match, and it better be fast as shit. They better not let
I
this shit
need
go 10,
either
15, 20
Randy
minutes. I'm gonna
to
throw
show up. I need Randy to show
I'm
up,
throwing
or
the
I
chocolate
need
at
Cody to show
everybody.
up. Not the chocolate.
Cody, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes.
Okay, the last rose was good. Okay, I hear you vocals. Oh, I just
You got
need
a vocal
Cena to
coach.
look. I don't want nothing. I don't need nothing good for Cody. I mean for John. So if
He
Archer,
need to
I
put the
see
rest of the
that
damn talking
sucks.
shit.
so if Archer got to be the one to take him out, then so be
I doubt he be the one though.
it. I'm just
Our truth
saying.
goofy as hell.
They finna get in this match and all his moves.
This one be a mirror match.
This is like watching the same
Mortal
you
Kombat.
playing with the same characters. They just got different outfits.
It's like the
Now
Spider-Man
you know
meme.
our truth gonna come out as some John Cena again
You
too.
know he is. And then we have Damian Priest versus
Oh,
Drew McIntyre in a steel cage match.
I hope Damian wins just to end this shit. This shit needs to end. Jesus
Y'all
wept.
always know I want Damian to win. Drew get on my nerves all that watch shit.
Damien be his age.
Right.
Whoop his ass! Whoop his ass!
Fight back.
Treating the same way you was treating Gunther when Gunther kept calling you a street rat. You gotta get back in that mindset.
Right.
Get back in that mindset when you was trying to kill Finn after he did that shit. And you. I mean, he did that shit to you too, but. Okay, and then we're gonna move on to Battleground. Let's see.
I got those pulled up if you want me to do
I
them.
had them right here. I had my links. I got you. So we have Obafemi versus Miles Bourne for the NXT Championship. I don't care.
I feel like Oba. Go
I
ahead.
was just saying I don't have a choice either way. Fine with whatever with this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like Oba's gonna retain, but this is gonna definitely be an entertaining match to watch.
I guess I gotta
I
pick
hope
one.
Oba
So
just dominates. He might as well just dominate this one.
I guess I gotta pick one for my prediction. So I'm gonna go with Oba because, like you said, he has been dominating. So I hope at least they give Miles a fight and not just let him get.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we have Stephanie Valkyrie versus Jordan Grace. I'm going with Jordan
She's gonna win. They're not gonna let her not win. It wouldn't make sense if she
again.
did not win.
Again,
But
Mm-hmm.
she didn't win the last one in the 4-way.
well, it
But
wouldn't
they
like
ain't
now
gonna
it's
let
a
her.
1-on-1. It wouldn't make sense if she did not win. So she's probably gonna win.
Yeah. Sorry, Steffi Pooh, but I think Jordan gonna dethrone you.
I'm here for it. Okay, and then we have Joe Hendry
I
and
believe in
versus
Joe
Trick Williams
Hendry.
for the TNA World Championship. I just need to know how healthy is Joe? Like how bad is his injury?
Joe, whoop that
Mm-hmm.
chick.
Because I need to know if he's going.
Uh-huh.
I like it, but like if he's
Oh
injured,
yeah, man.
is he gonna be real injured to the point where Trick is gonna dial it back? Or is it an injury he can? So I'm gonna go with Trick because Joe is injured.
That'll be a bold thing to do.
Yeah,
But they doing bold shit now. So I mean, this one's hard for me. I'm gonna say Trick. I'm gonna go with Trick. But I feel like they're gonna play it safe and keep it on Joe.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Who did you pick?
I said Joe.
No, I ain't hear you say nothing.
I believe it's Joe Hendry.
Uh, then we have it's only 4 matches on this card as of now. Too, it's Tony
Nice.
D'Angelo versus Channing Stacks. Lorenzo. It's a singles match. I want Tony to get his lick back. So
Yes. Tony, get your lick back for the Tony to Tony. Get your lick back.
But if you don't get your lick back, then man, I don't know. I'm gonna go whoop your
If
ass.
you get your lick back, right? What he said.
because I mean, unless there's some chicanery from Luca, because has
I
Luca
know
picked a
she
side
might.
yet?
She might
Yeah,
fucking.
Luca ain't
No, Luca, the dude, the other dude in the family.
Luke. We ain't seen
Luca,
Luca since they met up in the desert. So Luca might pop back up, and if he
not Adriana.
Adriana always gonna be on Tony's side. She ain't flipping. Now if she flip, I'm gonna flip her ass.
Cause she stood by Tony when they jumped him in that was that him that got jumped in the cage?
I think so.
Yeah. So she stood by him when he was getting jumped in the cage. I think if Luca is gonna be the one to watch out for.
We'll see.
And that's everything. Do we got anything else to note, guys? Any questions, comments, concerns, as Country Coyote will say?
I missed that segment with Undertaker and Bubba Ray with the two women finalists from LFG on NXT. Uh, I'm gonna talk about that real quick. So Undertaker and Bubba Ray were with hold on, I can pull my notes back up. They were with the two women finalists from NXT, and basically, they have a match on the season finale of LFG at the Madison Square Garden, and whoever wins that match, whatever man and woman wins their respective matches, they get a contract for NXT. And so first you see fucking paperclip knees Nikita, and who she walked up with somebody. Hold on, let me
Is
pull
that
my notes. I'm
easy?
getting my notes pulled up. Yeah, she walked up with Izzy, and they basically was on a mean girl like y'all not ready to come down here. And then Lash come walking up looking like a big pink cheetah. And she the same damn
It's
height as
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Yeah. Coming up looking like a glass of water,
I'm like,
girl.
girl, y'all looking at each other eyes. She come walking up with Lola and basically telling them like, girl, don't come in here doing too much. Like, yeah, y'all got y'all big match and everything, but don't come in here with the big head. And then the other two girls just start looking at each other like, okay. But the two finalists for the on the women's side of LFG, their names are Tyra May Steele and Xena Sterling. So Tyra belongs to Undertaker and
You
Xena
belong to
belongs to
me.
Bubba Ray. Yes. So they'll have their match on their season finale. So if you see one of these two young ladies on NXT in the near future, that's where they came from. But yeah, Nikita.
You can't even stay healthy enough to be talking shit about nobody.
She all up on NXT. I mean, not NXT. She's on TNA doing splits on the ring, bouncing her big booty on people, and I'm just like, you doing all that bouncing, and you need
Don't
to
blow,
watch out for them damn
don't blow
knees.
quiet, and I don't want to hear shit.
You already got paper clips. Yeah, it's gonna be on 2 picks after this. But yeah, I forgot to talk about that during my segment. Like I said, my notes was out of place, but I just wanted to throw that in there.
Okay. Do you have anything to add, Big Sexy?
Nah, I'm good to go.
Okay, guys, that is everything from Raw all the way to SmackDown, and covering our expected PLEs for next weekend. We will see you next week for our standard recap and for Saturday Night Main Event and for Battleground. So remember, keep it cute because I'm one person and I'm editing. So don't be messy. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you follow us on Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at HotTagReport. And we will see y'all next time. Bye.
See ya.